Hey everyone! So as a part of our home office makeover, we just completed an accent wall. It's green, it's got panels, and it's everything I wanted. We learned so much that I'll be sharing in this video, and here is how it all went. Today we're going to try to get as much done as we can with skim coating this wall. If you're not familiar with skim coating, we're basically going to be adding a drywall finish to this wall to smoothen it out. And the reason why we're doing that is if you look closely, this wall actually has a very rough texture, and we want to flatten it out as much as we can before we add the wooden panels on it. And then once we prime and paint over those wooden panels, the wall is just gonna look super clean and modern. So I'm gonna go ahead and prepare our work area. I've got some craft paper, some newspaper from our mailroom, and some tape. After preparing the space, we sanded down the wall. We did this to remove some of the bumps and start on a flat as possible surface. This caused so much fine dust though. A friend saw my Instagram story and told me that I should have definitely worn an N95 for this. So we started by pouring some pre-mixed joint compound onto this tray, and what you want to do is roll that onto the wall. And then I grabbed this steel blade to skim it out and this tray to scrape that excess compound off the blade. And that's basically it. You just repeat that until you cover the whole wall, and it got easier with every try, and we started picking up that right pressure and motion over time. Good morning, it is day 2. Skim coating yesterday took a lot longer than I expected. We ended up finishing at around like 8 p.m. and that was because we ended up running out of joint compound, so I had to go back to Home Depot to pick up some more. And the sun was coming down, it was kind of hard to see, but we powered through it and tried to get as much done as we could. But because it was so late, I'm gonna have to review what we've done and just kind of see if we need to patch up any more areas. And then after that, we're gonna sand down the rough spots and we'll be able to do the wood paneling. So that is the goal today, to get the wood panels up. I'm also hoping that I have some time to go get some paint samples today. I'll show you guys what I have right now. I've got a lot. We're going for these lighter green colors, and it would be awesome if we can get some of the samples today and apply some on the wall so that tomorrow we can get a better idea of which color we want. Alright, so we are now inspecting our skim coat job from last night. Overall, it's looking pretty good. There are spots like right here that we can just sand down and smoothen out. And there are some rough spots that I think we can just fill in again and sand down. Oh, here's a big spot that we missed. So we're gonna fix these spots and sand down the wall. Look at all of that sand. It's really dusty in here. I'm actually really impressed with how it turned out. You can't really tell through the camera, but it's really smooth when you touch it. There are definitely some areas that I went ahead and touched up. We're gonna have to wait for those areas to dry for us to sand down. I'm thinking that we won't get to the wood panels today just because I want to make sure that the drywall finish is completely dry, because I'm already seeing some areas where we applied a little too much, so underneath it is still wet. So since we're pushing that another day, I'm gonna go ahead and make some progress on choosing out our paint color. These are the colors that I have so far. This jojoba, I really like how it has this like bluish undertone, but I kind of like the dullness of mellow mood right here. I like this gargoyle color as well. I'm thinking this one's a little too light. So we just got to Home Depot. I've got my color samples with me, and I'm gonna try to take home at least 3 colors to test out.
Yeah. I was finna write a song about how I've been hella stressed, but I looked in your eyes and noticed I'm hella blessed. And staring at you on this airplane, I ain't worried about nothing, 'cause you got me feeling like the Wayne Wade in 03.
Please remove your card.
It is day 3. So we let the skim coat touch-ups dry overnight, and I took a look this morning and things are looking really dry. At least there's no like dark areas on the wall, but I'm gonna have to take a closer look just to make sure that it is thoroughly dry. After that is in the clear, I'm going to sand down the rest of the areas that we missed yesterday, and then we'll finally be able to install the wooden panels. The areas that we sanded yesterday feel so smooth. Here's a side wall to compare. You see how rough it was before? And it's so smooth now! Since everything was dry, we went ahead and finished the sand job. After my friend's tip about wearing an N95 mask, I totally thought we had some in our home, but we had run out. So what I did was wear some swim goggles and double mask. I will warn you again, there was so much dust. So much you'll probably feel it through the screen as you're watching this video. Afterwards, I removed all the tape and paper protection to clean up the space, and we did this because we'll definitely need to retape after the wooden panels are up. Then I wiped down the dust with some wet towels, and after that, I vacuumed away the leftover dust and wiped down the other areas in the room to start fresh for the panels. We are done! Sorry, I'm so hungry.
You can totally tell it's smooth.
Marks day 4. As you can see, we have some panels up against the wall. So this morning, Jason and I got up really early at 7 a.m. to go to Home Depot so that we can avoid lines. So we went to Home Depot to basically get these panels recut. So we needed to get half an inch cut. So we went to get a cut, came back home only to realize that they overcut it. So now these panels are about 1/4 inch too short. We thought about it and we felt like it was a hassle just to go back and get 13 panels re-chosen, recut, and all of that. So we decided to just work with what we have. We installed 9 of them. We have 4 more to put up. So the gaps are up top. And we're gonna see if we can either put some caulking up there to fill in the gaps, or maybe get a 1/4 rounder trim to just kind of put up flush against the ceiling to cover that up. So while we were at Home Depot, we also got this spacer made using the measurement that I'd calculated of the spacing in between each panel. And this was Jason's idea. It's genius because it just made it so easy. And so to basically put up each panel, all we had to do was apply some construction glue down the panel, and then we used that spacer and ran it up against the wall as we pressed the panel on. And we ended up running out of glue, so I got ready to run to Home Depot again to get some more to finish it up. After picking up the stuff, we put up the final panels. Last one! And then I filled in all of the gaps with some caulking. So I basically applied it down all of the edges of the panels. Then I ran down it with my fingers to smoothen it out. And this is really tedious just because caulking gets all goopy and messy on your hands. So what I would do is basically do it until my hands got too sticky, wash, and then repeat it. We are at day 5. I honestly thought we'd be done by now. I thought I'd have a video out by now about this, but we're looking at 2 more days. So today we're gonna prime the walls, and then tomorrow we're gonna paint them after the prime has fully dried. And I was feeling a little overwhelmed about the timeline, but things aren't always gonna go as perfectly as you want it to. You mess up, you forget to buy materials, and it's just all part of the learning process. So I'm just trying to go with the flow, and I'm super excited with how this is all gonna turn out. I feel so much more energized today. I was feeling a little tired from filling up all of the gaps with caulking yesterday. So today I'm just gonna clean that up. Then we're going to prepare the area and prime the walls. So yeah, we've got quite a full day ahead of us. Let's get started. So after cleaning up some of the filling that I did, I prepared the space to prime. Then it was finally time to prime. Jason and I split roles for this part. He basically brushed all of the edges since he can easily reach the top of the wall, and then I rolled on the primer. I think I gave it a good 3 coats just because we had a lot of primer left over, and the panels took longer to soak in the paint, so I let the paint sit longer in between each coat for those areas. And I love the panels already under this white coat. It looks so clean, and I seriously couldn't believe that we had done that. Good morning, guys. It is day 6, the final day. I'm so excited for today. It's been 3 days since our last update, and it's just been taking some time to let the caulking fully dry. So what I'm gonna do is add some primer to those filler areas that were still drying, let that dry a couple hours, and then we're gonna go ahead and finally paint the wall. I'm a little nervous, but so excited to see how the final results will look, and I cannot wait to show you guys.
Human beings and not just pieces in a past that we can't read. Don't you wanna go outside? So we go, baby, go. Grow, baby, grow. Don't leave it all for the other side. Just grow, baby, love. Don't you let go. Hanging on for another line. Pull back the sheet. The worlds that we see don't always look the same.
Guys, it is the final day. It's the day of the reveal, and I'm actually really happy that this turned out to be a 7-day thing. I am so excited to show you guys how this all turned out. Got all ready for today. I saw the wall this morning. I'm looking at it right now. It's beautiful, and it felt like Christmas morning this morning, opening the door and seeing it for myself. But I have not removed the tape yet, so to build some anticipation before I show you guys and myself, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the tape now. And that's it for part 1 of the home office makeover. I hope you enjoyed following along this journey as we completed this accent wall paneling. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. I'm absolutely in love with the results, especially the color, and I cannot wait to start filling up this room with some decor and furniture pieces. So there will be a part 2 video for this office room makeover, so stay tuned for that, and that's gonna include the final look of how I complete this room. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram as well. I will be sharing updates for this project over there, and if you like this project, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel to see more videos like this, and when you do, click that bell next to it so that you are notified when I upload future videos. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.
Or call me back and tell me something new. Now we're off of this beat and I'm spitting a cappella.